What's up guys, this is Sean. Today we're going to check out the Reya in KL East. Let's go! We are back here again in KL East. The last time we came here was to check out the Ridge, and that time it was the handover of the Ridge, so that was very exciting. The mall was practically like empty, but now looking at it, there are a lot of progress. But before all that, right, let's head on to the sales gallery first. Just for revision, this is actually the MRR2, and in order to access to KL East Township, there will be a left turn coming in, crossing the bridge here. Okay, so this will be in total 159 acres of development, and we have visited several of them. So the first one will be the View, then we have the Ridge, then we also kind of documented KYS International School, and this will be all the future developments lah. And going in through the internal roads, after the roundabout here, this will be the project that we're going to check out today, called the Reya. By the way, this is a land gazetted for a future school in place lah. And look at everything now, it's so vibrant, even sold out, that one sold out. They just opened up the park, this is very exciting, but the road gets very busy. What's cool about the Reya is you will have an extra exit out here. So here there will be an entrance as well, the secondary entrance. Besides that one, there will be a secondary entrance in and out. And in preparation for the congestion, right, the team has already planned out a new access way. There's going to be a new U-turn, which will further reduce the congestion around this area. And when you can see all these blue things, right, so these are natural creeks coming in from the mountains. So it passes through the project like that, and this will be the retention pond to capture all the water. So this is really living with nature itself. And just to shout out about the KL East Park that just opened, right? Apparently there's a waiting list of visitors to visit the park. It's a very family-friendly 2 kilometers trail, and you get to experience the hiking trail, the 53 acres of natural forest with 316 tree species and things like that. It's now all regulated by the team. What a cool way to introduce the Quartz Ridge for the children. That's great. Alternatively, we can actually stay next to it. Okay, so this will be the entrance into KL East, right? So this is KL East Mall. Coming in, there will be a roundabout here going up. This will be the project that we're going to check out today, the Reya. In total, 6.75 acres, and there will be 480 freehold units. Coming in, there will be 2 entrances into the project. One will be the main guardhouse here for visitors and residents. This will be a secondary one for residents and maintenance folks. Okay, and because this is somewhat like going up the hill, right, there will be a gradient, and the leveling will be somewhat a little bit more complicated compared to the other projects that we visited. So when we come in through the guardhouse here, this will be LG1. Then the drop-off is actually located at the back, where you just keep going straight, hugging the buildings, and that will be the main drop-off in the center. On the other access that we have checked out just now, if you are a resident and when you come in directly here, you will have my favorite format of car park layout, where you can have a ramp in directly into the levels of your car park. If you're at LG4, you just should go in. LG3, LG2, you can just directly go in and access your car park. So that's nice. And on top of that, then this will be the facility deck, unfortunately facing the city view instead of facing the forest lah. So I don't know, would you want to face the city or you want to face the forest actually? So something to highlight for the entire project, 6.75 acres, right? The building is only taking up 3.75 acres of it, because the rest all are kept as green. In other words, also the boundary line includes them as part of the ownership. And these structures here, and we can go and check out the site later, this has been around for some time already. At the bottom, you can see that they have a jogging pathway here for people to just kind of stroll around nature. But going up, then this will be the facilities deck, where you will have a kids pool here at the corner. Then you will have the barbecue area next to it, the lawn, in the center. And when you look into the form of the swimming pool, it's not your usual lap pool format where it's straight and rectangular, right? So this one, it kind of gives you the resort feel, and you will have an infinity edge as well, overflowing, so you will have the water sound that will be nice. Then at the same level, you will have the gym on the upper floor. Then at the bottom, you will have a co-working space. This enclosed structure, then you will have the indoor court where it can be for pickleball and badminton. And you can see it's very open, so in terms of ventilation, it's going to be very breezy. That includes the entrance lobby as well. So you can see once you drop off, these will be the sitting areas for you to wait for your Grab or your food or your friends, right? The waiting lounge. And it's all open, but just a lot of levels lah. A lot of levels. So to somewhat have a better perspective, so this will be the site plan. The main entrance, as we mentioned just now, coming in. So they will be this way, and there will be the other way coming in. Underneath this part, there will be all the elevated car park. And when you go into the lobby, is divided into wing A and wing B, and each wing comes with 3 lifts all together, so it's kind of divided in the center. And in one wing there will be 8 units, so the larger units get to enjoy the forest view here. The smaller units at the edge then will get city view. Okay, but type A3 here will be very interesting because you kind of have both sides of the view lah, so that's the best. And when you look out a little bit, then you will have view at the side. So this is just something to point out, but we'll go and check out the site later. So this will be the unit that we're going to check out today, type A1, 1350 square feet, 3+1 bedroom, 2 bathroom and 2 car park bays. This will be the layout, and when we come in from the entrance foyer, you can see that they have a ramp already. That's nice. And when we go in, it will be the dining and dry kitchen to the living area and the balcony. Tucked at the corner, then this will be the wet kitchen to the yard. And I like that they kept this as one space instead of isolating the kitchen and the yard. This is very nice. Then going in, this will be the private areas where you have bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and they will be sharing the common bathroom. This will be then the study area or the workspace next to the principal bedroom and the bathroom. So it's somewhat similar to their previous project where you can actually extend the entrance to this area. So this can be like your private work area for the master of the house. And let's go check it out. So from the corridor coming into the unit, so you can see the width of the foyer is nice. It's about 1.8 meters. We can put in a very nice shoe rack. They also implemented the ramp going into the unit, which is very thoughtful. Then the clearance of the door is 1.07 meters. And I like that they kind of position out a little bit so you can still squeeze in a sideboard at the edge of the wall. So coming in from the entrance, this will be the dining area next to the dry kitchen. Then this will be the living area next to the balcony. The wall-to-wall width here for the dining and living area is 4.2 meters. And the height is about 2.95 meters. So it just feels very spacious when you come in. At the same time, you can fit in a corridor space, dining set, and you still get to maximize this edge of the wall for your workstation, like your basin and oven and things like that. This will be the pathway into the kitchen area, and they designated this to be the location of the fridge. That's nice. On the actual unit, then this will be a door going in, and this will be the designated wet kitchen area to the yard. I really like this. Because I've been thinking a lot about how to maximize build up within the unit. To think about it, a small door that opens like that to the yard space. If it's a normal door, it takes up about 3 by 3 feet, so it's about 9 square feet. And we're paying so much money per square feet, right? The last thing we want is to be for the usage of the swing of the door. What I like here then, they kind of took out the door that divides the yard space and the kitchen, and that results in a very spacious usage of the yard space. So the width here is about 1.3 meters and the length is about 2.6. And when you look into the kitchen like that, it's so spacious, it's so practical, because when you goreng your ikan, when you do heavy cooking, right, the ventilation is nice and it will not affect the unit because there will be a door in place here, so you can take it out if you want to, then partition this later. So you can just add in the window and you put in an exhaust fan here, right? So suddenly this whole space will be very practical and usable. Anyway, there will be a bottom and top cabinet. There will be a hood and hob by Rubin. 5 feet wall tiles also serves as your backsplash here. Another basin here. Then for sockets, they are actually giving Legrand. Solid. And it's so amazing to just think about the development of this side of town. And I have just confirmed with the team just now that the mall currently is 100% occupied. Meaning the occupancy rate of the mall is 100%, which includes all the amenities, the grocer, the entertainment facilities like the ice skating ring, the cinema, so many other things. Then the international school, also now they have about 100 students in place. They have won multiple awards for their park, and in continuation of that success, we have the Reya. And for me personally, what's very unique about this particular location that no other locations have will be that view and access towards the Quartz Ridge. And no matter how many times you look at it, it's very majestic. That view is just stunning. At that same time, having that as your background of your unit or your development, right? You have elements of convenience at your doorstep. You also have all the accessibility to highways. And that includes the latest completion of SPE highway and SPE cutting through KL city center, right? The view is... Anyway, for the floorings of the unit, there will be laminated timber floor for the entire unit, so that gives you warmth. It's easier to maintain, also easier to replace if you want to change it to SPC or tiling or marble or stone, whatever you want in the future. And you just look into the scale of the living room. After you put in such a big sofa and a TV, right, you still have so much circulation space connecting over to the balcony area. Okay, so this will be where you get the view. However, this depends on which orientation. And this will be the tricky one between the blocks, because one block you will be facing Montana side, which is amazing view. You have the development next to the ridge, right below Bukit Tabo, but on the other side you kind of have the neighboring projects. So please be mindful when you pick the units. Going in, this will be the separation point between the open areas and the private areas. So this will be bedroom 1, where the width of the room is around 2.7 meters and the length is about 4.5 meters. So it's a very spacious room. And the scale of the 2-bedroom is somewhat similar. And they made this into a spaceship theme room. So here will be your bed, but this can perfectly fit in a queen size bed if you want to. And you will have the wardrobe space. Yeah, the depth is nice and the size of the window is also very nice. Then coming out, this is something that I really like. Now I think there are a lot of improvements from their layout itself. One of them is this little nook here. So if you look into the layout, they kind of just set in the walls a little bit for you to have the shelf design. Here you can actually put in as your storage area. This will be the display area. Then suddenly your entire experience going through the corridor will be very nice. The journey of the corridor back to the bedroom won't feel as long as well, because you kind of just have this breaking the scale of the corridor length. Very thoughtful. Then coming in, this will be the common bathroom, where you have full height wall tiles, window for ventilation, shower screen, the shower with water heater as well, and this little corner here for you to place your shampoos. The brand for the WC and the basin will be by Johnson Swiss. Then coming out, the size of the corridor, it's about 1.11 meter. And again, you will have the laminated timber flooring all around the unit. Bedroom 2, somewhat similar to the first bedroom just now. Both rooms have somewhat similar dimension in terms of the area, also the window size. Very practical. And then this will be somewhat like the improved version of the previous layout that they used before. So here will be the study room, and there are options to this. So this space is about 2.67 by 2 meters. It's designated to be a study area or a work area, and this will be the only one facing the internal void, as you have a window on this side. This is currently the boundary of the master bedroom, right? So if I were to just position another door at the entrance of this room, automatically becomes private and exclusive only for the user of this room. And just in case, if this bedroom and the scale of the wardrobe is not big enough, you guys are always welcome to use this room. So the wall-to-wall space here is about 3 meters, and when you put in your king-size bed here, the length is wonderful, where you can fit in your wardrobe space and still have a lot of room on this side, where the ideal position a dressing table and the reading corner here lah. So I don't think this is as practical, but I get the point on it. It's just to showcase that there's a lot of area in the room. And just something to point out that because of the restriction of the existing show gallery structure, this column is around. If not, this will be a whole stretch of window altogether. So from the bed going into the master bedroom, you have the full height wall tiles, and I like this little touch of terrazzo patterns around. Wow, this is so bold yet tastefully done. Then you have the WC and the basin by Johnson Swiss, shower screen, shower. Nice. So simple, so direct, and for 1350 square feet, this unit is solid with a lot of brand new innovations. I love it. And now let's get on to the site. The sales gallery passing through the ridge, passing through the VO, and after that there's a roundabout coming upwards. This will be the project site of the Reya. This is the secondary entrance for residents, and we will access the elevated car park on a ramp upwards like that. Then at the front, that will be the main entrance for visitors going in. So there will be a tower here, a tower here. So from this side we can see, and the neighboring, these are all the Montana side, all landed. So the views there are pretty much secured. On the other side facing over, some units will be facing the VOs. But what's very impressive is if you look into the site condition right now, the retaining structures, right, has been around for some time, and they are not going to touch that portion at all. They are merely going to add on some platforms to flatten, to kind of have more buildable areas. And the starting price for a freehold unit in this location starts from ringgit 1 million, which is about 760-ish per square feet. If you look into the property portal around, the rental rates for the Ridge and the VO has been excellent due to its convenience and connectivity. So for the Ridge side, you have the mall downstairs, then you are also within walking distance over to the GITT, the transit of Gombak, where it connects the LRT station to KL. Also, it's the future stop for ECRL. The main connection point over to the east side of Malaysia will begin from there. But what's nice is all roads are ready, sidewalks are ready, fences are ready, trees are matured, sidewalks are all ready. So in the future there will be a school, but currently they're actually using it as a micro forest. So just imagine if I were to be living here. Imagine when it's completed lah, okay? You're walking distance to the mall, you're walking distance to the school, primary school, secondary school and international school. You want to watch movies, can. You hike the forest, can. You want to take the LRT, can. But something very fabulous about this location and development, right? It's the timing of everything. So last time it used to be only MRR2 as the main way, and now it's connected to the SPE highway, which connects you all the way to Bangsar South, and the starting point is around here. Then you will have the Duke Highway that connects you to Mont Kiara, PJ and everything else. And this has always been the pathway that connects to Genting, also to Kepong side. On the other way there is to KLCC side. And it's all completed. So another 3 to 4 years time, when this is ready, voila. Coming up from the side, you can see all sidewalks are ready, okay, on both sides of the lane. So this one allows you to go over to the mall. This one allows you to access what they call a micro forest. So right next to the roundabout, going up, then there will be the Reya site, and this will be KL East Micro Forest. I think temporarily it's going to be used as this, which is somewhat like a condensed version of what they have at KL East Park lah. So that one is a 20 km trail. This one is like a compressed version of it, where it also serves like an educational portion of the township. Here you get to learn about tree species and plant species, so you will appreciate what we have at the Ridge area better. But in terms of everything else, like the second exit going out, right, all are ready, and that's what I like. Like from KL East Mall side, this way going out, that will be directly connecting into MRR2, and from MRR2 this will be a second entrance coming into site. So that will somewhat be a shortcut just in case if the KL East entrance side is congested. And I guess that's all for the episode. It's now time for Sean's Take 3 on 3, and the very first thing I like will be the entire principle and design of the township, also the progress. What took me by surprise is the progress, and it consists of several elements. Number one, in terms of infrastructure, like we mentioned, SPE Highway has been completed, Duke Highway has been completed, GITT, the transit is almost done, and there are still future plans to it where it will be a connection point to ECRL. So anywhere from East Malaysia coming over, the first stop will be there. Then in terms of all the complementary things besides their residential elements, such as the KYS International School, now you have about 100 students already. You will have the KL East Mall, which has 100% occupancy. Now you have the ice skating ring, the bookstore, the makan-makan, the minum-minum, also the cinema, all in place. Nice. Besides that, then you have the KL East Park, where it's massive. They have won so many awards on that, and it's a 20 kilometers trail that's friendly for families and friends, and the booking list to go in, right, it's packed. So it also shows not only it's open for public, but it's also somewhat controlled and maintained by the developer. That's great. The second thing I like then will be this very unique location, because the experience is just one of a kind. Like as we are shooting this, where you can see honeybees flying around, really close to nature. But to be a bit more precise, is between having the Quartz Ridge as the background of the project, yet having the proximity to KL City Centre. Like not many places offer such typology, such gradient, such environment. So it's really a balance between nature living, yet having amenities and convenience at your doorstep, and you are very close to the city centre, and you can access it by car, because you have MRL2, or you have all the highways, or you can also take the LRT if you want to. So you have a balance of everything. Also having the privacy, because this is a residential project located away from the commercial. You still need to walk, not like the Ridge where you just come down. Here you will still have the privacy, but everything is still walking distance. So in a microsite perspective, excellent. In a wider scope of things, is also excellent, because the main concern used to be this location being at the edge of the fringe of the city, but now with all the new highways, right, no longer an issue. Then the last thing I like will be the architectural design. The first part of it will be my favorite, ramp layout. In order to access the elevated car park, that's always my favorite, and it only can come with a typology where you have a slope and you get to access all the ramps directly into the floor. The second thing then, all units are larger. The one that we visited is one of the smallest unit already, so it really indicates the main purpose of the project, which is for own stay. Then when we zoom in, all bedroom units are facing the views. From the corridor you will have the ramp already, so that's nice. Then you go in, you will have the yards treatment, you will have a different partition all together, which maximize the entire space. Then when we go in, I like the nook between the corridor for storage space. It's always very underrated. You have the versatile usage of the +1 room. It can be a workspace or a study room. You can even partition up really to include it into the master bedroom side, so it can be a walk-in wardrobe. Then you will have very minimal drops within the house to be a little bit more gentle on the knees. However, the first thing I don't like will be the very busy entrance getting into the township. It used to only be from the highway, taking a left, going up the bridge, coming in, right? And now with the success of KL East Mall being 100% occupied, there's actually two entrances to the mall. One is at the front gate, one is at the back, but people are more prone to use the back way, which kind of restricts the experience going back home for the Vio and Reya in the future. But fortunately now they have a secondary entrance already, but the team still thinks that it's going to be an issue moving forward. Therefore, there will be an alternative U-turn being added on the bridge itself, so it will somewhat dilute the traffic going into KL East, because now even the weekends, right, everybody is coming into the park. So hopefully the extra U-turn and the secondary exit then will ease up the entire circulation pathway around the township lah. The second thing will be this being that hillside development. So in terms of topography, it's rather complicated. That's why within the floor plan, within the brochures, right, it's just very difficult to indicate levels, because you will just have too many levels in order to leverage on the existing contour of the land. So it becomes very complicated. And it also comes with the stigma. We kind of see that a lot previously, but on this side then, because the slope of the land has been there for a while already, you can see all vegetations growing out from the retaining structure. But there will always still be this fear of what if the rain falls too heavily, right? Looking at it right now, there are dedicated creeks for waters to flow, so that shouldn't be an issue, and they are not touching much on the land actually. So in this 6.75 acres, right, they only use up to 3.75 acres to build their structure. The rest is all still kept as status quo. They are not going to do anything on it. But if you're still scared, then also problem. And last of all will be the floor plate design. So the floor plate actually divides unit into two orientation. One have the city view, one have the forest view, right? But how I wish that I don't have to pick either or. So now, if I were to pick the smaller units, which are the only unit I can afford, the only view I get is to the city view. But I wish there could be a common area or a common facility deck or the rooftop, right, for me to enjoy the Quartz Ridge behind. It's somewhat like the Ridge also got, the view also got. How come this one don't have? I know currently the rooftop is actually installed with solar panels, and by the way, this project is actually gold standard in green RE. But can't you just leave out a common area at the rooftop or wherever, right? For me to enjoy the Ridge. Imagine Sunday morning drizzling a little bit, the view is going to be amazing. So if there's such common areas of viewing deck, right, I won't be too sad if my unit is actually facing the neighboring buildings, because I know anytime if I want to go out and chill a little bit, go have a breath of fresh air outside, there's a place to do it. But now don't have, because the facility deck is also located at the lower floor facing existing structures. So what's the point in staying in such a premium, prestigious location then, right? This is unique. This location really is unique. You won't get such view elsewhere at all. But currently it's only exclusive to the larger units. But just imagine, like, if the larger units, right, if you pick the corner ends, right, you will have the forest as the background of your unit, like. And I guess that's all for this episode. What a very exciting project in a unique location like this, and you can see works are taking place already lah. So I guess that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is John Dan. Ciao.